Oh my God, I'm really excited. I've won the lottery.
You liar.
I won £12. I won £12 on the lottery. That's not the best I've ever done, though.
I don't think I've ever won, even when it was £10. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think I've ever won. I think, no, actually I have. When I was in a syndicate and we had about 10 lines a week, I think we won a couple of £10, but it cost us more to play than it...
I know somebody who was in a syndicate and he always took the same ticket and the syndicate's ticket and won 10 grand at the syndicate's ticket but claimed it was his own ticket. Yes, I know. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Naughty. I thought I was on the radio when the lottery in Britain started, and I used to do the numbers on the breakfast show and at the weekend, and if we won, I said I would give it to charity, so I always used to get a second ticket for myself just in case. And in the second week, I won £165. And I thought, well, this lottery thing's no, mate, this is really easy money. Everyone's a winner. And then I never won again. It's like until £12 recently.
Because we are grumpy and old, we can remember that was in the 90s.
Yes.
That was, and I remember that very first draw, and the build-up for weeks and weeks and weeks. We were looking for places that had the terminals.
Yeah.
There was no app.
No.
There was barely any internet, quite frankly. I don't think there was any internet.
You might be right.
And so you had to find somewhere. Typically, the supermarkets got it first.
Yes,
so
they did.
Of course they did.
And lots of little newsagents, to be fair.
But
quite quickly.
the supermarkets got it first because they commanded it.
And what did they get? They got like 5p a ticket, I think, didn't they? The supermarkets.
But
it was something like that. Yeah.
And I can remember I was in Southern Ireland, the week before.
Where with you?
How are you? Potato. And I'm sorry, Southern Ireland. And I remember we were getting the ferry back on the day, so we were rushing to find, because nobody had any terminals before we went away.
Absolutely.
We were rushing to find, and we found an Asda somewhere in Wales.
Like you do.
Where they had, and we were rushing to get there before the cut-off, because the cut-off was like 2 hours before in them days.
Yeah.
And I had this, you know, when you get butterflies, you think, this is gonna, I've got this.
Yeah, I've got it. I've won. I've got this.
And the advertisement was phenomenal because it made everyone think
it could be you.
And should we do it again?
I think I know what this episode's called.
It could be
you.
And I truly believed I'd got this calling that it was going to be me.
And it wasn't.
Well, Noel Edmonds came. I'm going to tell you something. Oh. Noel Edmonds came on. He hosted the first one.
You're right, because in those days, like BBC One, massive kind of show built around the lottery, which seemed like advertising to me.
Well, I think the government had dictated that it was going to be BBC, so that there were no adverts and there was no climbing for sponsorship and all that. It was literally you're making money for these good causes.
Yes, fair.
And Noel Edmonds was hosting the first one. Huge, great big live outside event, outside broadcast.
Yeah, it was.
It was. And they pulled a member of the audience
to push the button
onto stage to push the button. And there was
it Gwendolyn in that first
one?
No.
It was on an outside broadcast van, you know, like a Radio 1
roadshow.
Anyway, they pulled her up and she couldn't believe her luck. She'd been pulled out of the audience to do this at like a big lottery. And there was a Scottish comedian, Gordon who'd pulled her onto the stage, and she was...
Who presented it for about a year after.
That's right.
Yeah.
She was so starstruck that all she could say was, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, can I get your autograph?
That would have been you.
Can I get your
that autograph?
Would have been you. Can we get a photograph?" And he's trying to do this piece to camera live on television. And he's going, "So coming up in about 5, can I get your autograph?"
Which is a nightmare if they don't do it correctly. Oh my word.
She was so starstruck. And of course, it wasn't me. Oh, we got a puppy join us. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but that's it. You have a wee up the tripod.
Yeah, you wee up the tripod. That's absolutely fine.
It's all right.
You're absolutely fine. So, yeah, it's...
but it wasn't me.
And you didn't win. You didn't. I got 5 numbers in the second week. This is the £165 in the second week. And it turns out that everybody else got 5 numbers as well. So it wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even a thing that we could kind of yell about. But I suddenly thought, after week 2, I thought, well, if it's easy enough to get 5 numbers, I'm gonna win this thing straight away.
Because you needed 6.
But what I hate about the lottery is if you get into it and you do the same 6 numbers or however many it is every week, and you do the same numbers, you're trapped. Psychologically, you're trapped. You can't then stop, because if you stop,
and they come up,
what happens if they come up the next week? And if they come up the next week, you're screwed if you haven't done it.
Or ever at all.
Or ever at all, exactly right. That's the point. That's the thing. But then, again, you talk about scratch cards, and you kind of think, am I ever going to win one of those? And you might buy 4, and one might win £1.
Just enough
and you've already you've already spent 4
down.
quid.
You're 3 down. So I remember the newspaper bingo. And
newspapers did bingo.
When newspapers did bingo, and they would spend money delivering a bingo card to every house as a leaflet.
Oh, I do remember that. That came through the door.
And if your neighbours didn't do it, you'd say, give me your ticket, give me your ticket. And the idea was you'd buy the newspaper to find out what the numbers were, and you'd cross them off all week long and win the bingo. And I remember the TV channels, TV AM, started reading the numbers out, so you didn't have to buy the newspaper.
Clever.
So it would get people.
I mean, that would have annoyed the newspapers as well.
but it was, they wanted them to review the newspapers. They did. Can I just finish because it was so funny? I remember everyone said, "Oh, this is a fix. This is a fix." Everyone in the country got down to one number.
Yeah.
And then
that's what bingo is.
And then one week, the Sun printed the wrong numbers.
Oh.
And about 5 million people won.
But they're still sharing. There is still sharing the prize. Did you know that bingo was illegal in Cyprus?
I didn't know that.
Who knew that? While we're talking about leaflets through the door and through the letterbox, the People's Postcode Lottery.
Oh, I do that.
It's like, but
yeah, I do that.
Is that any more chance of winning?
Yes. I've won. Actually, I forgot about that. I've won about 9 times last year.
What?
Yeah. And
have you got the luckiest postcode in the world?
I don't think I'm the luckiest, but I've won about 9 times last year, and each time it's only about.
Was it a tenner or
a tenner or a 20?
Oh.
And then
it's not the £1 million they claim then.
Well, no. And then about 2 or 3 times a year I get a gift card, £5 gift card for a supermarket of my choice, sent it through as well.
Okay.
But it all depends on how many people in that postcode are playing.
I've won once, 9 quid. And I've been doing it about a year.
What a lot of people haven't realised is you input your postcode and say, this is my postcode, I'm going to play. But they don't ask you for proof that you live in that street.
Oh.
So you could actually choose any postcode in the country.
But there's nothing to say that one postcode is going to win over another postcode anyway.
No.
But I'm not sure I want Anthea Turner turning up at my doorstep.
Oh, I don't think Anthea Turner does it anymore.
No, I think Davina does now.
No, I think it's Jay Goody's ex-husband.
Jeff Brazier. Jeff Brazier. Don't want him turning up at my doorstep either.
The muscles from Essex. Yeah. Yeah, you can turn up at my door.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, yeah, absolutely. Have you ever won the lottery? If you've won the lottery, we want to know. Preferably send us some money if that's the case. Or maybe you've won on a scratch card. I like to give scratch cards in birthday cards and things.
Yes, that's very clever.
It's a potential birthday present.
If you've got scratch cards and you're in Cyprus and it's illegal, send them to us.
No, that's bingo. That's bingo.
Okay, all right. Well, it might be illegal for scratch cards, so send them to us and we'll scratch them.
Yeah, and then if we win, we'll tell
let you know eventually.
Yes, we will.